In 1929, America faced a Great Depression unlike anything else in history. Most common people didn't have enough money to pay for food, and a lot of people ended up dying because of it. Only after a couple of years after the Great Depression started did the government do anything to prevent it. This then begs the question, what does the government do for the economy? To start off, one of the main components that the government does in the economy is money. The government enforces the worth of a dollar bill, and without the government, the dollar bill would lose its value because it's not connected to anything like it used to be with the gold standard. With the gold standard, the dollar bill was connected to gold, giving it its value, but now it's connected to the government. So then, without the government, the dollar bill would lose a lot of its value, if not all of its value. Outside of just money, the government also uses its power to have regulatory roles in the economy. This is because they don't want monopolies to form, which would be against the interests of the public. The reason for this is because monopoly promotes stagnation and prevents competition from occurring. They have agencies in order to make sure that this continues, being the Federal Trade Commission as well as the Food and Drug Administration. The government still has more power than just to play a regulatory figure in the economy. In fact, it participates in the economy in many different ways. The way it gets the money to do this is through taxes. With their tax money, they are able to make interest payments and promote their own national defense. State and local governments are also able to use their tax money to promote public safety and social welfare programs as well as education. There are also situations outside of the previous two where the government needs to stabilize the economy. This is done when the economy gets too stagnant or to address inflation. However, when it comes to this subject, the government isn't alone because the Federal Reserve also helps to stabilize the economy. Now, when it comes to the government uses fiscal policy in order to help stabilize the economy when it's stagnant or inflated. This is done through either expansionary or contractionary fiscal policy. Expansionary fiscal policy is when the government increases its spending and cuts its taxes, while contractionary fiscal policy is used to decrease government spending and taxes. There are also automatic stabilizers within the government that can expand and contract the economy. The Federal Reserve also uses monetary policy in order to help stabilize the economy. Monetary policy can be divided into two subgroups, being easy money policy or tight money policy. Easy money policy is a monetary policy created in order to accelerate the rate of growth of the money supply. To do this, they drop interest and borrowing becomes cheaper. Tight money supply, in contrast, was designed to slow the rate of growth to reduce inflation. They do this to make loans harder to get and by shrinking production. That being said, both of their policies don't have the best effectiveness in the world. This is because that they lack timely information, inaccurate forecasting, and time gaps between when they enacted it and the effects of their enactment.